We're shifting the workflow's grand design, leaving old school limits far behind. Forge deeper human connection, a synergy of new direction.
Let's build something brilliant together.
The Marblism Partner Network.
A customer asks a smart question on Monday. By Friday, nobody remembers the exact wording. The answer is buried in a call note. The next step is sitting in an inbox, and someone is explaining the same thing again from scratch. You are not short on knowledge. You are losing track of it. Welcome to Marblism Partner Network. I'm Eva Marble, your host. This is the show for entrepreneurs, creators, consultants, and small business owners who want practical ways to use AI agents for real business work. Today, we're talking about business memory, how to capture useful decisions and customer insight once, check them carefully, and turn them into work your team can reuse.
And not by throwing every old note into one enormous digital attic.
Exactly. If nobody can find the information, trust it, or tell whether it is current, it's not really a memory system.
It is clutter with a search bar. I've seen it. Very impressive search bar.
And sometimes a privacy problem with a search bar.
Fair point. So let's make the idea useful. A business memory system is a small, organized path from something that happened to something the business can responsibly use. A customer asks a question. A team member captures the source. Someone separates facts from assumptions. The right person reviews it. Then it may become an internal answer, a sales response, an article, or a social post.
Or it may go nowhere public at all.
Yes, that is an important option.
Because not every interesting sentence needs to become content. Sometimes it is just a useful signal for the next conversation.
Let's put that into a real example. Imagine a small consulting firm. During several discovery calls, potential clients keep asking, if we use AI in our operations, will our work start sounding generic? The owner gives a thoughtful answer each time, but the wording changes. One version is in a call note. Another is in a draft proposal. A third is in an email. Useful knowledge is being created, but nobody has made it reusable.
Curious. That question gives us more than a topic. It gives us the customer's fear, the buying objection, and the language they naturally use.
Right. What would you do first?
I would not start with a headline. I would start with the source language. Write down the question exactly as the business heard it, then add the context. Who was asking, what decision they were considering, and what answer the owner gave.
Before we add who was asking, let's be careful. Was that person identifiable?
The person can be removed. I mean, the type of buyer and the situation, not their personal details.
Good. I'm not trying to stop pattern detection. I'm making sure the shortcut does not become the process. A general concern can be useful. A recognizable customer story may be private.
That's fair. So the reusable signal is the concern, not the customer's diary.
Exactly. Now we can build something trustworthy.
And this is where organization earns its place. I would create a source note titled AI and Brand Voice, Discovery Calls, Needs Approval. Then I'd record the date, the source type, the customer's generalized question, the current answer, the status, the owner, the sensitivity level, and the next action.
That is much better than a note called Important AI Things.
A title should help the next person understand the item without opening 5 tabs. I'd mark this one as an internal draft, assign the owner, and set a review date 30 days out.
Add a sensitivity field, internal only, customer information, approved for public use, or something that needs a closer look. That single field can prevent a surprising amount of accidental sharing.
And a freshness field, because a correct answer can become an incorrect answer when the offer or process changes.
A beautifully written, outdated article is still outdated.
Once the note exists, I can organize the next step, but I am not deciding that a comment is company policy. The owner reviews the proposed answer. AI can support research, drafting, and repetitive workflow steps, while the business keeps control over judgment, client relationships, and final communication.
I would still slow down at the word keeps. What does the process actually require?
Human review before anything client-facing. The owner decides what is sent, what is published, and what remains internal.
Good. Then we can say that clearly. Here's the clause that matters most. Do not let a helpful explanation quietly become a guarantee. We preserve your voice sounds reassuring, but it invites a difficult question. How is that measured? A safer statement explains the review process and the client's control.
So my article brief becomes explain the fear of sounding generic, show which tasks AI can support, describe the human review points, and give readers a short checklist for protecting their voice. I write for search and for trust.
And I turn that into tasks. Confirm the wording, link the source note, assign the draft, identify the reviewer, and record the deadline.
What would the actual outputs look like?
Internally, the team gets 3 approved talking points. In sales, the consultant gets a short response. We use AI for selected support tasks, but your goals, your voice, and the final decisions stay with your team. We show you where review happens before anything reaches your customer.
And I would check whether that response creates a commitment about results, turnaround time, confidentiality, or ownership of the work. If it does, the appropriate qualified professional or business owner needs to review it.
For the article, I might use a title like How to Use AI Without Losing Your Brand Voice. The article answers the concern in depth. Then the social version becomes a question. What part of your work should never lose the human touch? Same insight, different job.
That word matters. Different job. We are adapting the source, not copying one paragraph into every channel and calling it a strategy.
Exactly. A search article can be thorough. A sales reply can be brief. An internal note can be direct. Social content can invite a conversation. Good content should do more than fill space.
And good automation should do more than create motion.
There is one more danger. Building a system so elaborate that nobody uses it. 12 folders, 6 labels, and a weekly review that takes longer than the original problem.
That is not a memory system. That is a second job.
Start with 7 fields. Source, date, topic, status, owner, sensitivity, and next action. Add a review date when the information could change. Simple enough to maintain, structured enough to find.
And if the answer is not ready, do not force it into content. The best next step may be a question for the owner. Do we actually offer this? Is that process current? Can we stand behind that statement?
I turned that topic into traffic. Only after the business clarified what it actually believed and promised. The order matters.
If you are thinking, this sounds useful, but I don't have a large operations team, you are exactly who this is for. Choose one question your business keeps answering, capture 3 real examples, write 1 approved answer, route it into 1 internal workflow and 1 customer-facing asset. You do not need to redesign the whole company to stop losing knowledge you already work to discover.
And when the answer touches a contract, customer rights, regulated work, or a meaningful financial commitment, bring in the appropriate qualified professional.
That does not weaken the system. It tells the system where expertise belongs.
This is also why Marbleism is easier to explain as a partner. You are not recommending a random collection of AI tools. You are showing a connected workflow. Capture the real signal, organize it, check it, transform it for the right audience, and keep the owner in control.
The value is not one impressive draft. It is answering a real question once, improving the answer, and giving the business a better starting point next time.
Provided the answer stays current.
Provided the answer stays current. Yes, the fine print has entered the chat.
And we are all better for it. The takeaway is simple. Capture the real question. Separate fact from assumption. Get the right approval. Adapt the insight for its audience, and review it before it goes stale. That is how everyday decisions become reusable growth assets without flattening the owner's voice or judgment.
Thanks for listening to Marblism Partner Network. Subscribe for more episodes on Marblism AI agents, business workflows, and practical growth strategies. If you want to try this approach, visit the Marblism Partner link in the show notes and start with one recurring customer question, not a company-wide archive. Capture it, check it, and give it a clear next step. Marblism, where your AI agents do the office work so you can do the customer work. See you next time.
The Marblism Partner Network. We're shifting